Hi, BookTube. Yeah, hi. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, hang on. You promised that the next video would be a book review. Yeah, not a coffee break. I know, I know. Let me talk about that because I've got the script ready. While I was writing the script, I take breaks from that writing, everyone. I just need that. And I went and watched a couple of unwatched things from my subscription list on YouTube. I watched MJ's video. Do you know the one she did at the end of January where she was feeling down about her viewing figures and subscription numbers? Now, MJ, don't worry, I didn't stop there, okay? I kept on watching. So I know that you bounced back. And by the way, if you are watching, happy birthday. I did see that one as well. Now, after that, YouTube suggested that the next thing I should watch was a video that Gareth made, I think yesterday, or at least posted yesterday. That's on books, songs, and other magic. And he was giving 6 pointers for channel growth. Both videos stayed with me. In fact, if I'm really honest, I had a hard time not thinking about them. I'd be writing up the book review, trying to answer my preset questions, and instead of answering those questions, I'd find myself commenting in my head as if MJ or Gareth had sort of said, oh, Heather, any thoughts you want to add on the topic of growth? And I don't know why this has happened. Think about it. Heather Reads is not a year old. I'm pretty amazed to have reached 3-figure subscriber numbers. I don't get anything like the views MJ or Gareth do, and I can't see myself getting those numbers. So I have no tips, none, about how to grow a BookTube channel. Absolutely none. Okay, so now you must be asking, what? I wouldn't blame you, in fact, if you kind of tuned out now, thinking that all my little thumbnail and my video title, that's all a bunch of false advertising. Well, it is, and yet, bear with me. I think what I am good at, small though I am, I think what I said in my introductory video is I think my gift is to be able to take an idea, to mull it over, to change its view, to turn it inside out and upside down, shake it out, and come up with some slightly different perspectives. And so on this whole idea of growth, I have 4 thoughts. So just indulge me, 4 little thoughts on the subject of growth. Thought number 1, it's not going to start out sounding very original. You will have heard this from so many booktubers because we know this. We already know that subscriber numbers and viewer numbers, they won't keep your motivation going, will they? If we don't already love the kind of material that we're presenting. And I can't say how much this thought that I'm going to give eventually is true for other BookTube creators. I am speculating, but it's speculation based on my own past mistakes. In the past, it was easy for me to convince myself that I was doing what I loved, or that I was doing something because I loved other people, when the deep down honest truth was that I was in denial of my actual need to be loved. And that was so important for me. I had to do so much inner work to strip back and get to the real truth about what I wanted, because of course that turned out to be the kinds of interests which you see me putting out here. They're the kinds of things, they're not going to be crowd pleasing, they're not going to be popular, they're just not that kind of thing. And I had to learn to love this person who loved unpopular things, rather than loving the thought of getting popularity from them, because we all know deep down that popularity, it's a rubbish love substitute, isn't it? We've all read celebrity memoirs, we've all watched documentaries, we know it doesn't work, doesn't get you there, right? For what it's worth, my thought is that we need to always make sure that we come to the camera already feeling loved and already feeling valued by ourselves, already loving ourselves, and then we just do whatever we want to do on BookTube. Thought number 2 is about our starting points. I feel pretty sure, again, I'm speculating, that it's possible to start a BookTube channel not knowing what you really love right away, or even if you really love BookTube. And what we love can change. And that's not necessarily bad. If subscriber numbers and view numbers are getting us down, well, is that maybe because we're just ready to grow in a different way? And that might mean going somewhere else? Or maybe we've just finally realized that what we really love is something slightly different from being a BookTube creator. Growing sometimes means changing what you do with your time or taking a break. Sometimes sticking with an activity when the enthusiasm is no longer what it used to be, that's hindering a more important kind of growth. Thought number 3, growth is like thinking. It can go fast or slow. I have videos which hardly got any views in their first 72 hours, but have seen them accumulate more significant viewing numbers over time. And I'm learning things from my top 10 slow growers because all of them are in-depth videos about a single book, a review, or a sideline. The Middlemarch meditations, they were very slow starters, but new views keep on appearing. Just this week, I had somebody else watching the very first episode about the book's prelude. Whereas the lighter stuff, like these coffee breaks, or when I join in with a tag video, those videos, they seem to behave more like Halloween sparklers. They flare up with lots and lots of views over the first 48 hours, and then I never see them being watched again. Now, given the effort that we put into making this content, I think what we have to ask about growth is, what kind of growth do you really, really want? Do you want 600 views in the first hour and then nearly nothing after a day? Or do you want to keep getting views of the same material steadily, and do you want to get those 600 views over 5 years' time? Thought number 4, consider growth as a quality instead of a quantity. As of this moment, I have 161 subscribers. I know it's laughably small, isn't it? But think about this. If I had 161 real-life, face-to-face friendships that needed my time and attention, I would go insane. It's not possible to cultivate anything real, anything truly deep with 161 people, let alone any more. So if I may be so bold, I'm just going to suggest one thing. Instead of thinking about numbers, instead of thinking about growth as quantity, why not concentrate on improving the quality of the few subscriber connections, the small number? And we all have this, right? I know we do. We all have a little core group of creators whose content we watch more often than others. We exchange comments with them more often. We might do things with them that involve being face-to-face or having phone calls. Do your content for those people. Grow those connections, grow their quality, and just let the numbers do whatever they want. And that's it, BookTube. That's my thoughts. I'm not going to trouble you anymore. I'm going to go back and finish that book review and get it recorded for you, okay? Everybody have a great reading time this weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.